right, sweet. So welcome back to another episode of the Five City Podcast.
Yes, sir.
We may as well just call this the first episode of what will be the Hole Lotta Bogeys podcast, a branch-off segment of Five City Media.
Yes, sir.
Going to be bringing you guys all the usual golf content, whether it's from LIV, PGA, DP World Tour. I'm going to try to dabble in Korn Ferry. In the sense of it's like the ultimate farm team for the PGA, so it's cool to see those guys come up first.
But so a whole lot of bogeys is where you're gonna find all Five City or all the Five City golf content
for sure. Yeah, today we're gonna have a President's Cup 2022. Kind of like everything you need to know going in because it's going to be kicking off today in actually half an hour.
Yes, sir. Can't wait.
So pretty soon, getting really excited.
Absolutely.
Just some quick little facts about it for you. It's going to be obviously a team-based event. We're going to have the international team on one side, kind of led by Adam Scott. And then on the other side, we're going to have Team USA, I would say led by, in reality, Jordan Spieth, because it's kind of a big deal that he's back now after his game kind of is going back on the upslope.
Yep.
But you'd like to think that Scotty Scheffler is like the guy there. You know what I mean? Like he's probably the best player on that team, having Dustin Johnson not on the team.
Right.
But other guys to look out for on the U.S. team, just real quick, would be Max Homa coming off of a really good defending win at Fortinet, which kind of unlucky loss for David Willett or Willis. I forget.
I think was it Willett?
Something like that. But he 3-putted from 4 feet, missed 2 4-foot putts. That's really, really tough. So it's kind of like you begin to wonder. I heard a couple people say this. It's like, did Max Homa win the tournament, or did he lose the tournament, or did the other guy lose? I would say truly that Max won it because it just is unfortunate that 3-putt happened on 18 at Fortinet. But if that 3-putt happens on 6, there's no talk about it.
Didn't he do the chip in too?
Yeah, and Max pulled out for par,
so he had to hole out.
He made him have to make it, which then made it a knee buckler shot. So congrats to Max Homa on that win at Fortinet. Tony Finau, another guy to look out for. Colin Morikawa.
Yep.
And Scotty, like we were talking about. But Colin Morikawa and Scotty Scheffler, both guys rookies to the President's Cup because it's a biannually tournament. Should be really cool. They're rookies in quotations because I mean those two guys, we're probably going to be seeing them at the top of the leaderboard.
I was going to say it's funny to think of them as rookies because like you said, they do the tournament every other year or whatnot, or is it? It's every other year.
It's every other year.
Misspeak.
I believe Ryder Cup is the odd number years and President's Cup is the even number years. Something might have gotten jumbled up in there with COVID, but that's how it's structured.
That's interesting. But yeah, I love these kind of tournaments too, where they do U.S. versus international. I think it's a cool, different breakup, different style tournament. So,
100%.
Super excited, and like I said, it's kind of funny to think of guys like Scotty Scheffler as a rookie in a tournament like this because, like you said, probably going to be at the top.
And real quick, just because before we get into the international side and explaining a little bit more in the history of the event is going to be held at Quail Hollow in Charlotte, North Carolina. And just to give you guys an idea what the weather's looking like there today. Here in Buffalo, we're looking at low 50s and some rain, pretty shitty out.
Yeah, overcast.
But in Charlotte, they're looking at a high of 92. 8-mile-per-hour wind shouldn't really play too much of a factor. Other than that, I don't think the wind's going to pick up much throughout the weekend. Yep. And the temperature's going to drop down, which is good for the guys. I know they don't want to be playing in 92-degree heat.
Definitely
it's going to be upper 70s, low 80s throughout the rest of the week. So that'll be pretty good. But
absolutely
getting into the international team before we talk about the pairings and what we like and don't like about them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The international team is young. I mean, 8 new guys coming to the team. Just to get into some of the guys that I'm excited to see, it's going to be all the South Korean guys. They're all very technical, good golfers. Going to bring a lot to the international side, I think. And who I'm referring to would be Tom Kim, K.H. Lee, and Sung Jae Im. Sung Jae Im being the only veteran, having played in the President's Cup once prior, I believe. But Tom Kim and K.H. Lee, 2 young dudes, going to be bringing a lot to the team. I already have seen multiple things about Tom Kim just bringing youthful energy to that team, which is cool because, I mean, having the international team only winning once in 1998 in Melbourne, whatever's going to help these guys out and give them a better shot, they got to do. And, I mean, Tom Kim not only being a good golfer and kind of getting his PGA Tour card in a catapulted way, I guess you would say. He got it really quick due to how he performed with him getting to play in the PGA Tour coming off of Korn Ferry. I believe it was like some conditional type thing with COVID and whatnot, but him having won the Shriners, I believe it was, just kind of catapulted him into
That's
getting
awesome.
a tour card.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was going to say, I remember specifically we were watching some tournament that he was playing in. The announcers were talking about how he's an exciting young talent in golf, and definitely exciting to see him play in a tournament like this for sure.
I'm thinking of Sung Jae Im, who won the Shriner Cup, not Tom Kim, but Tom Kim is still crazy good golfer coming out of Korn Ferry.
Yeah,
it's going to be really cool to see him play.
You said, sorry, not to cut you off, the last time they won was in '98, and that was in Melbourne.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. Last time they won, it's not cool. They haven't won since 1998, but
low key. I mean, we're American.
That's true. Not cool
USA.
for them. How about that? Not cool for them. But last time they won was in Australia. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Where Adam Scott would have made. I believe that was his debut in the President's Cup, being his also home country of Australia. But it's gonna be cool to see Adam Scott play this year, just in the sense of he's a veteran of the President's Cup, a name that you expect to see on the international side.
Absolutely.
But it's just kind of disappointing that the international side isn't really ever able to produce a team that can truly compete with the U.S.
Right.
And especially this year with the Live Golf situation and Cameron Smith not being able to go out and compete with those guys, I mean, that makes all the difference. But then also you think on the other side, on the U.S. team, guys like Billy Horschel aren't going to have a spot if Dustin Johnson's playing, if Brooks Koepka is playing, if Bryson DeChambeau is playing, if Taylor Gooch is playing. I could go on, but I don't know.
I can't wait to make that like a little social media clip just so we can
know.
You know what I mean?
Like,
just
it's
so we
just,
can let him know.
I don't know. I
don't like how he's just approaching the whole situation.
He's a prick.
He's just being a prick about it. Like, I don't know. He could easily be way more quiet about the whole situation because it's clear, right? It's just clear. There's a lot of golfers that aren't eligible to play in this tournament, right? So there are a lot of golfers that are now playing in this tournament because of that, right? He's one of them. Sorry. But then he's making it almost more obvious by getting so upset about people like saying that he shouldn't be there or whatnot. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like, just like, I don't know, like back in the day, like schoolyard, like somebody calls you out on something and then you're like, no, I'm not. It's like, well, you might be, buddy.
Yeah, you might be, exactly.
Like, no one, like, obviously, Billy Horschel doesn't suck at golf. He's on the PGA Tour. He finishes top 10 sometimes, and he's not the worst, but it's just like, don't come out and say, I earned my spot on the President's Cup team. I deserve to be here more than those guys. And pretty much inferring that saying like, if these guys were still on my tour, my spot's secure on the President's Cup team. Not the case. Billy Horschel, you are the only person other than Kevin Kisner, who's honestly there for moral support, let's be real, who's not paired up and matched up with somebody day one. Exactly. So you're riding pine, buddy. So you really thought, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be here. This is my spot. Honestly, Max Homa took a lot of heat for making the team, which bothered me because he's just younger and better than Billy Horschel. And I mean, we're going to see Max Homa in another President's Cup. And if it wasn't going to be this year, it was going to be in 2 years. So Billy Horschel, the ship sailed for you to be a true contender here. I think that you're the bust of the weekend. But
yeah, and like I said, it just rubs me the wrong way how he's handling the whole thing.
Yeah, he's just really unprofessional.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. Just be better, man.
Yeah, I like to see Taylor Gooch taking those jabs at him on Twitter too. But honestly, Billy Horschel taking jabs at guys like us over here saying we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. It's like, Billy, if you want me to do a whole pod on how your numbers and your stats don't line up with any of the other guys, we can do that.
We will.
But it's just, I mean, it's kind of a waste of time. But I mean, also, let's not forget, no one really talking about Billy Horschel before he started doing all this shit. So that, props to you, Billy. You got your name out there.
For stirring your name up, we got it in our mouths. So,
yeah. But in reality, you should be happy we're talking about you. No one was talking about you before.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know.
I mean, let's get into the day one pairings and stop on the rant.
Yeah,
I was going to say, we're talking about the President's Cup. We're excited.
Talking about what's happening today.
Yes.
I'm just excited. I don't know. Like you said, it's a different style golf tournament, little different energy, kind of.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm super excited. So let's get into it.
Day one on the international side, we're going to have Hideki Matsuyama with Adam Scott. Paired up against Patrick Cantley and Xander Schauffele. That's going to be a really cool pairing for the U.S. side, just as those guys are well known to be good buddies. I think Jordan Spieth or Justin Thomas, don't remember who it was, made a joke that we might even see those guys holding hands walking down the fairways. They're buddies.
Hell yeah.
Next up, we're going to have Corey Connors with Sung Jae Im. And that's a cool matchup as well. Two strong golfers on the international side. Going to be pretty exciting stuff to watch them play. Corey Connors, trending upwards in his game. Not the craziest golfer. One of those guys might not have made the team if Cam Smith was there. Some of the other golfers who left. But we'll leave that at that.
He's not being like Billy Ho.
No, but he's not being like Billy Horschel. Yeah, so he's fine. And
exactly.
Then they're paired up with arguably, like, it's tough. We have some good pairings on the U.S. side this year, but Jordan Smith and Justin Thomas, that's a sweet pairing. That's like what you I think of that when I think of the President's Cup or the Ryder Cup. Next up, we have Kim with KH Lee, another great, or Tom Kim with KH Lee. That's a great matchup there. Or pairing. I love that. That's probably my most excited international pairing. I think you probably agree with that. We've talked about it.
Definitely.
The U.S. side on that is going to be Colin Morikawa and Cameron Young.
Yep.
This is probably the most strategic pairing. Take the best second shot golfer in the PGA and give him 30 more yards off the tee.
Facts. Yeah, exactly.
Worked well for Dustin Johnson back in the day, if you guys know what I'm referring to. All right, yeah, and then getting back into our next matchup after the Colin Morikawa, Cameron Young, Tom Kim, KH Lee, we're going to have Cam Davis, an Australian, paired up with Siwoo Kim, one of the South Koreans we mentioned earlier, who I'm really excited to see. This is going to be another one of those good matchups because they're going to be going against Sam Burns and Scotty Scheffler.
Yes, sir.
Scotty's kind of fallen a little bit in my personal player rankings, just like how some stuff was handled in regards to live, but he's still up there. There's so many people who are so much worse than him that I can't complain, and he's like so young. He's going to be around for a while. He's a good golfer.
Definitely.
Next up, we have Perea and Pendrith matched up against I know your favorite golfer.
Yep.
And one of my favorite golfers, Tony Finau and Max Homa. So that's probably like. It's an exciting day. Like I feel like I've said almost everyone. Oh, this is an exciting pairing. Really excited. I'm most excited to see this one. The whole day is going to be great. The whole weekend's going to be great. And
I'll tell you for sure. Yeah, I'm a big Tony Finau guy. I'm a big Max Homa guy. So that's definitely like a pairing that I'm super interested to watch because A, like both of them just said that. B, they're not like there are a couple guys that maybe if all these other guys are on the tour, are they eligible? Maybe these guys aren't in the starting rotation. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong in saying that.
For Tony Finau and Max Homa?
Yeah.
Tony for sure would be starting. This is his third President's Cup.
Right. But I know Max Homa, you said, took some heat.
He took heat, but it's only because of the list of names like Brooks Koepka, Bryson DeChambeau, Taylor Gooch, Dustin Johnson.
Yeah.
All four of those guys might deserve it a little bit more than Max, but being a Max fan, it's a little bias of me.
Yeah, absolutely. But
I would rather have him there.
Yeah, I want to see how he does. I want to see how he performs. And yeah, I think it's gonna be great. Like I said, Max Homa, he's very personable. He's on YouTube a lot for foreplay and things like that. Different. I think he was just on Part of My Take too. So yeah.
No, honestly, lock me in with Homa makes the team if everyone's available because Billy Ho doesn't. Kevin Kisner probably doesn't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Cameron Young probably doesn't.
Okay.
And Patrick Cantley.
Yeah.
Or Xander Schauffele. That's one of those guys might slip, but
it'd be interesting. It's just that whole thing throws such a
Homa might too. I don't know. It's tough. I'm biased. I'm saying it right now. I'm biased. You don't have to.
Oh, we definitely are, but we can be. We're allowed to be. That whole thing kind of throws a whole question mark on part of it though. I was gonna say on the whole thing, but it's only part of it because at the end of the day, as soon as the first guy tees off in 10 minutes here. It's just we're going to compete now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the international team versus the U.S. And I think let's just see.
Speaking of tee-off in 10 minutes, I think the tee-off's at 1 p.m. today. A huge thing to talk about would be the size of the stadium around the first tee box. It's like a known thing that the first tee shot at the President's Cup, it's a knee shaker. It's like everyone's nervous, whether you're Tiger Woods or Max Homa. You're nervous. A lot of the guys already have talked about it in hype videos for the tournament and the event, but what's notable is this stadium is larger than any of those guys have ever experienced on a first tee shot. It holds 2,500 people, and they describe it as you never know how loud it is until you're there. Like, it's going to be intimidating.
That's crazy.
And I hope everyone just obviously has some good tee shots coming off. But
hey, man,
it's going to be some intimidating stuff. 2,500 people in a U around your tee box, so it's on left and right sides.
I'll throw up the picture too because I saw it on Twitter.
They've been building it the past couple days.
I totally forgot about that until you just brought it up. It is nuts. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's gonna be awesome, and like I said, just can't wait to fucking turn it on.
Yeah, absolutely. I think finishing thoughts on just the President's Cup preview. For today is gonna be guys to look out for today. Max Homa, he's got a fire lit under him for sure. I think that. there is obviously talk about him, whether he should have or shouldn't have been on the team. You know how I feel about it.
You know how I feel as well.
Exactly. Yeah, just keep your eye out for him. I mean, dude's coming in hot. And other than that, I think Jordan Spieth's another one of those guys to watch out for, just because his pairing as well with Justin Thomas is going to be electric.
Mm-hmm.
But having Jordan Spieth missed the last 2 President's Cups, maybe just the last one, but that lights a fire under a guy, you know? Like I think it was him who said when he was watching in 2019, he did miss the last 2 because he was watching in 2018 or 2019, I don't remember what year, but saying just like how he felt he should have been there when Tiger and all those guys won it.
Right.
And like those were his teammates. So, I mean, I don't think he's going to let this opportunity kind of slip past him. Yeah. So, should be exciting to watch him. For the international side, keep your eyes on all the South Koreans. I think they're going to be doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So, and Adam Scott doesn't disappoint either.
Absolutely. No, I can't wait. And yeah, like I think that covered all of my final thoughts as well. So yeah, I got nothing except for I am excited.
Yeah, me as well.
A lot more content coming from Hole Lotta Bogeys from 5 City. And yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, make sure to follow Hole Lotta Bogeys on Twitter and Instagram.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We'll pop up all the domain names, @, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, all the information.
Yes.
But yeah, like we said in the beginning, that's just where all the 5 City golf content's going to be. And we're branching off, and we're going to have probably a video just kind of like cut and dry explaining what we've been doing, what we've been up to, and things like that. So I'll leave that for the next video. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there as well.
For sure.
So yeah, really appreciate you guys tuning in. If that's all you got, that's all I got. So yeah, we'll catch you next time. Peace out.
Peace.